All right, let's see what we have in here. Let's see what we have in here. What today is? Today is Tuesday. The day is Tuesday. Let's see what's going on. Now, this is my only issue with the franchise, with any franchise tag that these teams put on the players. Shedeur Sanders is going to be different because he'll be going into his second rookie year contract in the next 2 to 3 years. So he's going to make his money in that second contract. But learning what I found out behind the scenes regarding this franchise tag, they can hold on to a player and really don't pay them as much as they're really worth with that tag. So I'm happy that Shedeur Sanders is going to be QB1, but that franchise tag, as long as he's going to get his money like Dak Prescott, 4 years? Well, I think every year he's getting like 60 to 62 million. Okay, I can see that franchise tag with that amount of money. I can support that. But a franchise tag and only giving a quarterback, let's say 10 million a year, that's what I have an issue with. Hey, what's up, Nikki? So, hey, we got a new investor in the house. What's up, Nikki? So Fit. Hey, welcome up to Tony Talks Vested Up. The lineup is done for the night. Normally we're on here for like an hour and a half, but the NFL is quiet. Cleveland is quiet. Something has hit the atmosphere. And I really think, once again, leadership has gotten with the media behind the scenes and basically saying, hey, we're going to cut these narratives out, or start with your lying narratives, your falsehoods, your malice, all against Shedeur Sanders. But it's very quiet. Oh, she said, I am. My voice is back. Okay, good. Yeah, so Nikki so fit. Tonight is very unique. This is not how we normally get down over here. But the energy is different. Cleveland is quiet. Inter is quiet. So please go back. And watch some other lots, because I don't even know how this is going to end. I want him to get his money. Well, it won't happen this year. It won't happen next year. But he is getting his money through the endorsements. But don't forget, March, this month here, he should be getting his bonus for the PPE bonus that we discussed weeks ago. So all players that perform higher than their draft pick, should be getting a bonus. And I'm definitely curious about Shedeur Sanders' bonus that he's going to get this year. Okay? He went off on the Browns for saying they need to go ahead. Okay, 420. He went up for the Browns, said they need to go ahead and make 12 the starter and stop playing with him. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can get a little clip of that right there. See, I love it. Now, besides Cam Newton, Robert Griffin III, I think those are the first two that I know of that were standing up for Shedeur Sanders before he started playing or after he started playing. No, it had to be before Kevin Stefanski allowed Shedeur Sanders to start playing. They basically said that Kevin Stefanski was sinking his own career. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Oh, what's this right here? Let's see here. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's see here.
Cleveland Browns start Shedeur Sanders at quarterback. Do you want to know why the Baltimore Ravens are not going to regret nixing the trade for Max Crosby? You ever wonder how Caitlin Clark is so essential to the route?
Let's see here.
It's the organization. And I think the fans are starting to see that. So, we spent the beginning of this conversation talking about how the Browns need to start Shedeur Sanders, but you talked about Baker Mayfield, and yeah, it took him a few years after he left Cleveland, goes to Carolina, goes to the Rams, finds his way to Tampa, but he has proven that they made the mistake of giving up on him and really pulling off one of the worst trades in NFL history, going and getting Deshaun Watson with everything that happened with him. So I think if you're the Browns organization.
Okay, we're going to stop that narrative about Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson was found not guilty. I don't care if he was found not guilty or settled out of court. We're going to stop that narrative. Deshaun Watson, I did do some homework before he got to the Cleveland. He was one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL. Okay, so I don't know if Robert Griffin III is aware of that, but we're not going to continue to slander Deshaun Watson. What he did for the Cleveland Browns this year with that salary cap, we're going to give Deshaun Watson some grace because of what he did in restructuring his contract. He allowed the Cleveland Browns to go ahead and add all these additional pieces that needed on that old line. And all right, Robert, come on, get it together.
Gabriel's ability to read the defense.
No.
As much as Josh Rosen got killed.
This is live reaction right here.
At QB once again, then who do you think should start for the Cleveland Browns at QB?
I think the Cleveland Browns need to start Shedeur Sanders, bench Deshaun Watson, and trade Dillon Gabriel. And here's why. Right now, the Cleveland Browns are doing what dysfunctional franchises do. When I played for the Baltimore Ravens, the main thing they did so well was they supported their players, and you rarely ever heard a leak come out from the organization.
Very true.
So for the organization to come out and basically repeat the same stereotypes that have been said about...
Hold on. Now, so what I do know, the organization has not came out and leaked it, is that they have not confirmed Shedeur Sanders being QB1. Okay, but we do know that the Cleveland Browns has a history of being the Cleveland Browns, and we talked about it in the last live. If they go ahead and draft another quarterback, Ty Simpson, or whoever the case may be, and they go ahead and trade Shedeur, or if they take it off on Shedeur, or if they draft another quarterback, there are going to be other teams coming out the woodwork trying to pick up Shedeur Sanders. All right, let me keep going.
Quarterbacks for generations about Shedeur Sanders. It's not just disheartening, they're undercutting themselves. So you look at Deshaun Watson, they paid him 260, 80, whatever millions of dollars to really not play well, and he hasn't played in 2 seasons. I don't think that they should put him at the forefront, because not only do the fans not want him anymore, the locker room isn't really behind him, and Shedeur Sanders has the favor of both. He has the locker room, he has the fans, and he has the bravado and the moxie to lead this organization out of the dysfunction that they currently have. Not only that, Todd Monken is also a really big fan of Shedeur Sanders' game and actually wants him at quarterback. So the easiest way to clean this up is to trade Dillon Gabriel, who I do believe is still a promising young quarterback. Trade him to the Atlanta Falcons with Kevin Stefanski. That's the guy that wanted him constantly, bang the table.
Hey, let me tell you one thing. Even though this is a raw reaction, if you have been in the last 4 to 5 lives, everything that Robert Griffin III is saying, we've said this, last 3 to 4 to 5 lives, even trading Dillon Gabriel to Atlanta because that's Kevin Stefanski's quarterback. And y'all, surprisingly, now Atlanta has picked up, this is no lie. Atlanta has picked up, I'm going to say at least 3 to 4 players in the last 48 hours. They have not picked up Dillon Gabriel. I don't know if that trade, because last week I did report that there was supposed to be like a secret trade or some trade in the background between Atlanta Falcons and the Cleveland Browns for potentially Dillon Gabriel and for another player in Atlanta. But Atlanta has picked up other players in the last 24 hours. Nothing regarding Dillon Gabriel. But I'm surprised. This is my first time seeing this. And Robert Griffin III is basically saying the same thing we've been saying over here for at least 2 weeks. Let's keep going.
Let him go over there and work with Tua and Michael Penix Jr., the other lefties, and allow Shedeur Sanders to go in there and grow and develop. And if he doesn't pull it off this year as your starter, at least hey, he's not the guy. they've rebuilt their offensive line. You know, they brought in free agency. Yes, they're kind of, limited, but they brought in Titus Howard, brought in Tevin Jenkins, Elton Jenkins, and Zion Johnson. They locked them in to really help a young quarterback grow and develop by protecting him.
Yep.
So for me, you look at Shedeur Sanders' salary as a 5th rounder. You look at his ability as a young quarterback to galvanize the locker room in a positive way. Mm-hmm. Those guys played hard for him down the stretch.
Yes, they did.
Why, as an organization, would you anonymously be cowards and undercut the young man?
I really don't think this is the Cleveland Browns organization. Whatever Jason Lloyd has stirred up in the atmosphere, I don't think it came from the Cleveland organization. Monken is just getting here. Monken loves Shedeur. Why would he say that about Shedeur Sanders? Andrew Berry, if that was true, why would Andrew Berry tell, out of all people, Jason Lloyd? Okay. Jimmy Haslam, why would Jimmy tell Jason Lloyd that, knowing that they're building around Shedeur Sanders? So I understand he's probably just going off the top of the dome, but I don't think it's the organization that has put out this narrative about Shedeur Sanders not being able to read defense. I'm not going to say that. Now, I do hold them guilty, but not going ahead and declaring Shedeur Sanders as QB1. But as I said at the beginning of this live, there is if I'm wrong, correct me. If I'm wrong, definitely correct me. In the last 48 hours, since this weekend, when we went crazy over what Jason Lloyd had said Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there is, to me, I feel something different in the air. I'm not seeing those headlines out of Cleveland. And as 420 put up, yes, I saw that a meteorite hit us today in Cleveland, part of PA. Yes, I saw that. It was somebody else on Twitter, and I did not get the screenshot. And now that I regret it. Or was it somebody on YouTube? But somebody said, from a spiritual connotation of it, remember how I kept saying that 2026 is going to be something different? And I've always, especially last year, before some of my very first videos here on this channel, I always pointed out that when Shedeur Sanders came to Cleveland, yes, it was going to be a physical change, but something spiritually was going to happen in Cleveland. And when I heard on Twitter or YouTube that a meteorite landed in Cleveland, someone had put out there on that social media platform that a meteorite spiritually is also an ancestor coming to that part of the world wherever it hit for correcting whatever that has happened in that particular place. So a lot of people are saying, Emory Hunt has said it. A lot of people in the NFL is saying that this is the team to watch. The Cleveland Browns, something else. There's a different energy in the air. And guess what, Vestas? I'm here for it. All right, let me go back here. Hello, Donna C. Hey, Nikki, so you finna fit right in. I feel the energy coming up in here. 420. Exactly. They need to stop I have not heard it in the last 24 hours. It's getting ridiculous. Yeah. Stop with the slander. That's why Cleveland. I'm trying to tell you, something has happened, but we shall see. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Tomorrow is hump day. Let's just see if I'm feeling if it's only temporary or permanent. But besides Jason Lloyd, besides Jason Lloyd, I really haven't heard nobody else talk crazy this year. In the recent weeks, everybody is jumping on Shedeur Sanders bandwagon. Even Tony Grossi. Stefanski fans, we already know. Yes, they did. They said it was Joe Patino. You already know I ate up Joe Patino in that last live, and he still hasn't been picked up. I can feel it. Okay, I'm not the only one. Cleveland media lost all of their inside sources. Yeah, so why was Jason Lloyd? That's what everybody said. Why was Jason Lloyd just making up narratives or hanging his hat on something in postseason? That was discussed last year. I'm gonna say, last year this time. Yes, I believe it. Exactly. Let me go ahead. All access to the media. Listen, probation. I bet Andrew Berry. Listen, I may be a very small channel, right? I know I'm a very small channel. But listen, Listen, man, listen. What? I think we're 972 right now, right? I don't care what the numbers look like. You never know who's watching whose content. And I know we just talked about putting the media on probation and limiting their access, maybe 2 or 3 lives ago. And now it seems like Cleveland has shut that down. Cleveland Browns, listen, you don't know who's watching who. What? Why would Jason repeat a lie knowing it? Crazy. Why would anybody? And out of all the lies, why that lie? That is stupidity. That is stupid. If I was Jason, if he wanted to keep his name out there in the algorithm because it's out there, and he been getting whooped. If anything, he should have just kept pushing the narratives. Oh, well, DeShaun Watson is better because of this or that. He should have just stuck with that narrative to, lean more towards DeShaun Watson versus Shedeur Sanders. But just to make up a blatant lie that everybody know that's not true, you look foolish. I don't care, 20 years, 25 years. I think it's Patino too. Mary Kay likes him too much. Mary Kay likes Patino. She can have him. Exactly. She can have him. Exactly. They watching you. Listen, didn't we just talk about this, right? We just talked about this. You don't know who 972 people are. Remember, we got viewers, we got watchers that have never subscribed to the channel, and I appreciate that. But you never know who's watching. And I know I've made valid points. Even the Vesters have made valid points in the comments on how leadership should conduct, especially this year with Todd Monken and Andrew Berry. I said if they're serious about this year and they want to go ahead and prove a point to the NFL, draft that O-line. It's common sense. Guess what Andrew Berry has did? Draft that O-line. I said, well, okay, if you want to go ahead and stop these narratives, all these crazy narratives, because these are distractions. This is postseason. Listen, Vesters, if you don't know it, next week will be exactly 30 days away from the draft. With all these narratives going on, I'm pretty sure Andrew Berry may hear about them. Tommy, especially, I'm about to say Tommy Reese. Todd Monken. I'm a head coach. I don't have no, and I'm gonna put the onus on him. When Todd Monken got hired, January the 20th, and he came out, and when he did not, in his media press, did not say that Shedeur Sanders was going to be QB1. I'm hanging my head on Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders left 2025 in a good way. He could have won more games based off the coaching plays. If Todd Monken would have just came out in January, we're talking about almost 60 days ago. If Todd Monken would have said, yes, I'm coming here. I like what I saw in Shedeur Sanders. I like what the young man did without an O-line. I like what he did with only 7 weeks of having the playbook in his hand, first team reps. Yes, I'm coming here to hang my hat on Shedeur Sanders. Just like Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski did not make it, even though he tried to. He did not make it a secret that Dylan Gabriel was his guy. Todd Monken should have came in with the same energy. And guess what? 60 days later, this wouldn't even be a topic of discussion about who was going to be QB1 starting this season. I'm trying to tell you, that was the only thing that Todd Monken did wrong. I gave him an A minus, I think. But if Todd Monken would have walked in the door and said, Shedeur Sanders is my QB1, this would have been over. That's the only thing I had about Todd Monken. If you're going to be a leader, and you know this may be your only and your last opportunity to be a head coach, go ahead and stand on it. And guess what? You can say if it don't work out with Shedeur Sanders by week 4 or 5 or 6, if he would have made that declaration, hey, guess what? Hey, based off Shedeur's planning styles this year, guess what? We're gonna make DeShaun Watson QB1, Shedeur Sanders is gonna be QB2. As a leader, you have the ability to make changes, especially throughout the year. But this, yes, I'm going to say it 60 days later, this is Todd Monken's. This, I'm going to put the blame on him because when he walked through the door, knowing that he came here for Shedeur, yes, if he would have just came to the door and said, yep, I'm coming here for Shedeur Sanders, she's my QB1, we wouldn't even be having this discussion. We would not even be having this discussion. He was hired January the 20th. In 3 days, it'll be 60 days since Todd Monken been in the building. It could have shut this down even at the combine. He could have shut it down. Yes, he did say Shedeur Sanders is elite playmaking. He was very impressed. You could have shut that down at the combine. Come on, Todd. Come on, Todd. I don't want nobody dragging you, but come on, Todd. You've had almost what? 60 at the time of the draft. It'd be 90 days. 90 days since Todd Monken been in the building. Come on. Be a leader. Shut this down. Shut it down. Just cut it. Slice it. Just shut it down. Shut it down. Let's see here. They tearing him. Yes. They tearing him. Yes. Todd Monken, just be a leader. Oh yeah. Yeah. Jay who? Jay who? Jay what? Man, he should go ahead. Whoever his boss is, he should say go ahead and take some PTO for the next couple weeks. Okay. Hey, they always say that. What they always say? There's no such thing as bad press. Oh yes, it is. Oh yes, it is. Woo. Oh yes, it is. I heard someone repeat it. Oh, you did? Who you heard, Donna? Please, who you heard, Donna? When he came back from Paris, he went straight to the coach. Exactly. That's when Todd Monken. Listen, if you don't believe me, go back to my earlier live videos. The only thing I said Todd Monken fault was he should have nipped that in the bud right then and there, because guess what? We already knew what the new narratives was. Okay, who's gonna be QB1? I would have nipped that in the bud. I don't have time for that. Based off what I know now, Shedeur Sanders is gonna be QB1. DeShaun Watson, he's coming off an injury. I haven't seen him play. By default, Shedeur Sanders number 1. Easy. Come on, be a leader. Stand up on it. Stand up on it. He knows a lot of people would try to sabotage him. Is why he didn't come out. But guess what? Hey, you're not an OC no more. He's head coach. If we talk about Todd Monken, he's head coach. This is what comes with the job. You got to make a decision. You don't hear no other teams, some other 31 teams that I know of is talking about who's going to be QB1. Head coach. You getting paid head coach. You getting paid head coach money. Go ahead and make your decision. Dunking on food with them in the media. Right. And see, Monken, I think what Monken did, because Monken was the OC back when Freddie Kitchens was the head coach. I think it was 2019, 2018, 2022, 2020 or something like that. So he was here for a year and he knows how the media is, right? And so maybe he thought that maybe he could have approached this year, his first year as head coach, in the same manner. No. You cannot be passive with the Cleveland Brown media. You have to be aggressive with them, because do you see what the narratives have come out in the last 60 days because you didn't step it. You didn't put it out there. Shedeur Sanders is a QB. What? But you know why? Another thing. If Todd Monken would have came out, let's just say not the first week, but if he would have came out after he got hired, and let's say that combine presser, right? He could have nipped it in the bud then. But because he didn't, we talking about a whole nother month of these crazy things. So this is against his leadership. I'm going to ping him on this part of his leadership. Now that he know he got to be aggressive with the media, hopefully they have called them in. Or if they didn't call each one of them in, they have called their stations, they have called their jobs, they have called whoever is their financial responsibility and say, hey, based off what's going on, if you don't stop this, I'm pulling the plug. No media access. No access. It's quiet in Cleveland. Let's see here. They are operating as Shedeur. Exactly. But you know what? Even though people see the writing on the wall, Amber Love, and they know this, I think they just want Todd to say it. And if I was Todd, especially before the draft, I would go ahead and make a declaration now. Just say it and be done with it. Just because you make that statement as a leader, let's say today or tomorrow or next week, right? that doesn't mean as a leader you have to stick with it like Kevin Stefanski. That was Kevin Stefanski's downfall. Even if Dillon Gabriel was his guy, and once he saw Dillon get out on that field, he should have made the proper call and say, guess what? Based off the plays that I'm seeing, based off the limitations of this rookie quarterback, we're going to slide Shedeur Sanders in. We're going to put Dillon Gabriel in the back. This is what leaders do. It's nothing wrong with being a leader. If you're going to get paid for, if you're going to get paid as a head coach, don't be afraid to make these type of decisions. Don't be afraid. Andy Reid, one of the most, what he did for Michael Vick when Michael Vick got in that situation. Don't you know that a lot of people hated Andy Reid for what he did for Michael Vick? But guess what? He took that in the chest. He probably took that across the cheek. People probably slapped him. People probably still hate Andy Reid because of what he did for Michael Vick. But I had respect for Andy Reid because he made his decision and he stood on it. He stood on it. If Todd Monken want to continue to maintain our respect, right? Because we see how he feels about Shedeur Sanders. We sees that. But if you want to go ahead and really stick it to the Shedeur declaration, make the declaration. Yes, his credibility and them 25 years he loved to talk about, that's in the wind himself. Just like Kevin Stefanski. He has to wait until OTAs to name his QB. Got to get his playbook ready first. I think Shedeur Sanders is already in Berea, working on any and everything. But if he has to wait to OTAs, well, I don't know. He's still, and Todd Monken still could have said when he got hired, but the combine, he could have said unofficially Shedeur Sanders is QB1. And then he could have said, Deborah, you must have picked up on something, Deborah. You're right. We talked about this, Donna C. Why he hasn't rescued Dillon Gabriel yet. Even, hold on. I want to play a little bit more. Deborah, you must have picked up something. Deborah, hold on. I want to see what else RGB gonna say.
By coming out and saying things that everyone that's ever been around him as a player knows isn't true. We were there in Colorado. They covet his ability to read defenses. They covet his ability to work hard in his preparation and how much he hated to his craft.
Thank you for 20 for this clip. Thank you for 20 with this clip. Let's keep pushing forward.
This young man last year wasn't getting any reps at quarterback in practice. And he was going off to a local high school, bringing his receivers out there and getting his own practices in because he wanted to make sure he was prepared for his moment. That's why I believe need to full send and commit to Shedeur Sanders being their starting quarterback and stop trying to back him into a corner every chance you get because there's certain people in the organization that don't want him. What do you think?
It's just so
the Cleveland Browns need to be very careful with this situation here. This is why I'm putting the ownership on Todd Monken to go ahead and put it out there, even unofficially, Shedeur Sanders is my quarterback. The final decision we made at OTA. However he wants to word it, okay? However he wants to word it. But the Cleveland Browns, they need to heed my words. If you keep putting Shedeur Sanders in that corner, he's gonna go along with it because he's a professional athlete. And I definitely want to watch my words now. But what I'm saying is about to be true. The Cleveland Browns, because next year or that fourth year on Shedeur Sanders' contract, he's going to get the opportunity to go to other teams. Investors, you know where I'm going to go with this. He's going to see who's going to roll out that red carpet for him. He's going to see who's going to, I'm not going to say cater to his needs, but know his worth. And the Cleveland Browns, if they don't go ahead and get this, go ahead and fix this, it's going to be 2 years out of the 4 years that Shedeur Sanders would have had a bad taste in his mouth. Do you really want Shedeur Sanders to go to another team in 2 years? Because the Cleveland Browns don't know how to say just make a stand on Shedeur Sanders is my quarterback. Shedeur Sanders in 2 years will have the opportunity to go with up tonight, but I know y'all hear my voice. Cleveland need to be very delicate with this situation right here, because the longer that time goes by, Shedeur Sanders is going to have more time in his belt, and he's going to be behind the scenes evaluating. Woo! Let's see here. Come on, StreamYard. This is not me, y'all. This has to be StreamYard. It could have been that meteorite that has hit all the frequencies in Cleveland, okay? It could be the meteorite, because I'm feeling, okay? Yeah, Todd, yeah, just say it. Basically told him at the combine, but Cleveland media not trying to hit it, because what they want to do is, I guess they want to push him in the corner. But I'm like, I'm head coach Todd Monken. You can't push me in the corner, even if I make non-decisions today. Guess what? I'm a leader. I can change my decision any day. Y'all finna put a bad taste in my mouth about Todd Monken. Let's see him. I'm thinking about the picture with the horse head too. He had it posted in. He hasn't posted in 5 years. Somebody said that is true. That's true. That's what I'm saying. Tell him drill side. Hey, don't tell everybody. Don't tell everybody my business, Deborah. Amber Love, exactly. Shedeur is working now. He hasn't posted anything in weeks. And let me go back to there. Shiloh hasn't posted nothing either. So listen, I don't know if anything's going on with Shiloh. Now, somebody said they did see Shiloh playing games. I think it was last week, but just let me keep pushing. He probably already told Shedeur, but he can't. Why he can't say nothing like that in the media? Why Coach CJAAA, if you know something more than I do, why he can't say it? Especially if they're asking. I can see if Todd Monken is coming out there to every media, Shedeur Sanders QB1. People are asking him this question. You mean to tell me if they ask him, he can't say nothing? Hey, y'all finna make me downgrade his score from A- to a B+, okay? Y'all keep playing with me, Todd Monken tonight. Todd Monken finna upset me, okay? No. We get the what you talk about now, Amber? What are you talking about now, Amber Love? AB only signing players and coaches that right. I totally agree. Even some more stuff came out about what Zion Johnson said and Jenkins said. The new center that came from Green Bay said they here for Shedeur Sanders. They are excited to play for Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken, just go ahead and release this burden off your back. Y'all finna go into the draft. You don't want no more distractions. You don't want to get hit with this question everywhere you go. Just say something unofficially. Just put unofficially Shedeur Sanders is QB1. But if not, we got it. We already know that. It ain't killing us. Yes, he's going. Listen, they better be very delicate with Shedeur Sanders. Every year he's getting older and he's getting wiser. I want to go to a team that's not going to play around with my name, even allow the media to play with my name. What? We ain't never heard other beat writers for any other 31 other teams degrade their quarterbacks. Not even the New York Jets. Not even the Jets. Geno Smith. Well, now he's going to Geno Smith. But in the Raiders, Las Vegas. This is crazy. I already know that he's going to leave. He He's definitely gonna take them to the playoffs. He's gonna take it to the playoffs. I even see them get to the AFC North championship, the game before the Super Bowl. I'll take that. But I'm trying to tell you, he's already a Pro Bowler. What? They better start treating Shedeur Sanders as that future quarterback versus this a young man that's in his second year of his rookie contract. I'm trying to tell you, they better start looking to the future. Let's see here. And he's taking them to the playoffs. He's going to lead. If they don't handle this situation right, go to Dallas. If Shedeur go to Dallas, I'm moving there. Hey, actually, that would have been the perfect place. I would have loved to see him in a Cowboy uniform. And maybe Jerry Jones may have regretted it. I don't know. We shall see. If he take him to the playoff, they're going to make him franchise creepy. I don't see him leaving. Right. And I totally agree. But what I'm saying is, so let's just say next year, let's put it out there. Next year, hypothetical. Shedeur Sanders. Let's say gets the Cleveland Browns 12-5. Okay, I know y'all still hear my voice. All right, hypothetical. 2026, Shedeur Sanders get them 12-5, just like Selmo put out there. 12-5, 11-6, blazing winning record, right? Put him in the playoff games. Win 1, win 2 playoff games, right? Well, who's coming out of college next year? That's when the conversation is going to come up again about Manning, Archie Manning. Do you think Shedeur Sanders wants to go through this 3 years in a row? That's why I'm saying they need to go ahead and kill this in the butt now. Because if they don't, once the regular season ends in 2027 and we start the playoffs, and let's say the Super Bowl is over, you already know what the talking narratives are going to be in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders don't want to go through this a whole nother year. I'll watch my word. Come back to this live next year. Come back to this live. I'm sending them a warning. I'm giving them a warning. The killing part about all this hate is they know he's good and they hate it, and he finna make yes. Yeah, welcome to the family. If you have just subscribed, welcome to Tony Talks Vestas, because this is where we do some real talk in the postseason. And thank you for that. He is going to make them pay in that second contract. Whatever team picks him up, Shedeur Sanders is going to get all that money that he lost in this first draft, in this first contract. Oh, Shedeur Sanders is going to eat him up. Shedeur Sanders is going to walk away with a historical second NFL contract, and he's going to get all his money back and all the interest that they owe him. Trust me, he's already a Pro Bowler. He already got that on his resume. He already got so many NFL records on his resume. He already got so many Cleveland Brown records on his resume. And that fool had the nerve to say that he can't read the fits, but he broke all these records in the NFL in 7 games. 7 games. Jason, I can't say that word on YouTube, but he has really committed that S word to his own credibility in Cleveland and everywhere he goes. He has really damaged them 20-25 years that he loved to talk about. The S word. He has, I'll put it like this, in the professional world, in terms of the media, he has unalived himself. Okay, put it to pieces together. But thank you for that, Illuminati. Hey, the good. All right now, he can't say it because there's not a reason to deny. You're right. You're right, and I even said that on one of my lives. I can see a good competition between DeShaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders. I can see that because I feel like DeShaun Watson, what he did for the team, he does deserve a shot to be QB1. But I'm just talking about all these crazy narratives. If he would have said unofficially, Shedeur Sanders will be QB1 until OTAs, That's when I make my final decision. That's all he had to say. He had to say the quarterback competition would be between Shedeur Sanders and DeShaun Watson. My final decision would be OTAs. But just to keep all these crazy narratives away and to kill this question, Shedeur Sanders unofficially is QB1 and be done with it. Okay, come on, Miss Donna. Let's see here. If they play Shedeur, if they play with Shedeur Money, yeah, and his name. Hey, what's up? Thumbs up. Hey, yeah, thumbs up the video or thumb down the video. Just give me some type of interaction. Yes, he's going to win that championship for sure. If he don't win it this year, he definitely gonna win it next. Come on, he's gonna walk away with Cleveland with something. He's gonna be like Dion. He's gonna be like Denzel Washington. I'm leaving here with something. He already got a Pro Bowl nod on his belt. He already broke all those records in Cleveland. He already broke some NFL records. He's leaving Cleveland with something. He's gonna leave Cleveland with a title. We're talking about Shedeur Sanders. This is all he wants, and you know he's gonna prove the haters wrong. Come on, he's gonna walk away with Cleveland. If he leaves Cleveland, he's gonna walk away with a title, just to say I'm walking away. I did this for Cleveland, and I'm gone, just to prove the haters wrong. Exactly. I've never seen that. Woo! I never seen that. I'm trying to tell you exactly. I'm gonna say this live from look. We gonna come back to this next year and see if they still playing with Shedeur Sanders' name next year when Archie Manning is available. But guess what? I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there. We already see where we landed on the NFL draft pick board, right? In terms of the 32 teams with a 5-12. If Shedeur Sanders go ahead, get a 9-8, a 10-7, 11-6, 12-5, 14-2, 14-3, we're gonna be so high up in the first round. Manning is gonna go to whatever team needs a quarterback in 2027. Shedeur Sanders is based off that alone, and thank you for saying that, Donna C, because it made me think of this right here. Based off that alone, Shedeur Sanders, once he get that opportunity to be QB1 officially, he's going to win every game possible just to keep that winning column up there, so that he's going to push the Cleveland Browns draft pick so high they won't be able to pick a quarterback in the first round, even if they wanted to, because they're going to be 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Who knows? They could be in the Cleveland Browns next year pick. They first pick will be in the 20s. We will already know Shedeur Sanders did his job in 2026. Shedeur Sanders is going to secure his job if he takes them to the playoff this year. Yes, Shedeur Sanders got to play. Yes, and that's all we're saying. The only way that Shedeur Sanders loses this job this year, either he don't want to be QB1, and none of us think that's possible, or his playing is off this year. And I don't see that happening, because I've been watching Shedeur Sanders, all of his videos ever since he was in Trinity Christian, JU and Colorado, and Shedeur Sanders now in the NFL. I don't see him giving that up for nothing in the world. Nothing in the world. Yes, he's going to show that. Yeah, he's going to get that bag. Oh, he's going to get that bag. And thank you 2420 for that clip. Hold on, I want to see what else they going to say. I've been watching Shedeur cut. Yes, man, when he was in the SWAC. Woo! And even when they went to the Atlanta Falcons, that championship game. God dang. Woo! That's why Shedeur Sanders haters even come to channels like this, because they, based on what Illuminati had said, I may have to find another piece of your name to call out, because I don't want the Illuminati to come over here. Bunches of now I don't know to say Illuminati on the bunches of. I'm just gonna say a bunch. I set myself up for that one. Hold on. Oh, I'm gonna say Illumi based on that chat. Now I lost my train of thought. God dirty. Yeah, I lost my chain of thought. I lost my chain of thought on that. Salute everybody. Yes, your name alone don't mess me up. I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, in college, Shedeur Sanders in college, right? The last time he had an O-line, to my opinion, was JSU. When Shedeur Sanders see this line up in front of him this year, your Howards, your Jenkins, your Johnson, right? Only thing we missing over here is that left tackle, which should be number 6 next month. Number 6 should be a left tackle. Once Shedeur Sanders get behind that center and see this line, Shedeur Sanders, his mind is finna start processing on a level we haven't seen before, probably since, well, I'm going to give him credit in the University of Colorado, but he just didn't have that line. But the numbers and the stats that Shedeur Sanders is going to put up for 2026, they're going to wish they didn't do him like this last year in his draft. Once he put up those numbers on those stats and those highlights, oh, they know whatever team, if the Cleveland Browns want to keep him or if another team want to get him after his contract with the Cleveland, they're going to have to come with that money. They're going to have to come. Shedeur Sanders with an O-line is dangerous. What? We saw what he could do in Colorado and Cleveland in the first year without an O-line. I don't think we've seen the magnitude. We haven't seen what Shedeur Sanders is going to actually do with a professional O-line. What? Man, look, I'm getting too excited tonight. Yes. You know, Coach Prime looked at you. Listen, and all DeShaun Sanders is telling him, son, this is what you need to do. Don't worry about this. Because when it's time to get your re-up, we already know what we go hit them with. Just do your job, Shedeur. Just do your job. What? Oh, DeShaun Sanders already got that in the bag. Oh, they waiting this 2028 to come around. Yes, exactly. Archie is still uploading. Pickaboo U22. Hey, welcome to the Vestas family. And if you didn't hear me earlier, this time next year, we don't want to hear about if Shedeur Sanders is going to be QB1. I'm not even going to put that out there. Shedeur Sanders, the winning record next year. The winning record for the Cleveland Browns is going to be so good. The Archie Manning coming to the Cleveland Browns won't even be a discussion because Shedeur Sanders is going to have them at that winning record where they won't even be nowhere near pick 1, the pick of Archie. But let him upload. Exactly. Not gonna yeah, come on with it. They didn't want to see the DC. No, I haven't seen that Pickaboo U22, but I definitely will put that on my notes for Thursday. I sure will. What's up, Selma? Hey, I gave you a shout out with that 12 and 5 that you put out there in the last live. So I hope you got it. That's right. Put your vest up. We going to stand vested up. Shedeur Sanders going to embarrass those owners. Ooh. You know what, 420? I think with them nominating him as that Pro Bowl, because remember 40% of the vote went for the owners. I think they have really tried to do some cleaning up last year. I really think a lot of them they look back and really deem themselves childish on how to get Shedeur Sanders last year. And I'm going to say also Shiloh. I'm still hopeful that Shiloh is going to get a call in free agency. But with the owner said a lot of people put it on the fans as us voting Shedeur Sanders in, which a lot of us did. But our percentage was only 20% of the whole entire vote. The owners made up 40%. The active NFL players made up the other 40%. I think the owners came to their senses last year and said, you know what, we did this kid wrong. And Shedeur Sanders can actually play. And it was good for marketing. So yeah. But I think he has already embarrassed them, because Eric, he started after that Las Vegas win and all the other wins, even the games, even with the Titans win, when we almost won that. Now the only game I didn't see us winning was that Chicago Bears game, but all the other games we could have won that. And every team was like, man, this kid could play. what was the NFL doing? And then I think with Shedeur Sanders, with those 7 games had already embarrassed the NFL owners. Right now, Todd Monken just got to get that Cleveland media, in that pen and tell them to stop what they're doing, and it'll be done. It'll be done. What y'all laughing for? What are y'all laughing for now? Vesters, what y'all laughing for in the pen? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And the 4 additions to the offense and defense. Now we just need Crosby. Well, Pickaboo, we don't have the money. We don't have the money for Crosby, not this year. Not that now. Now next year, once DeShaun Watson get off the books, we just don't have the money. We don't have the money, and we don't know. And I think Crosby got one more year at the Raiders. So we'll see what that looks like. But everybody that the Cleveland Browns have signed in free agency this year, they have multiple year of contracts. Even the center, he got 3 years and $63 million. And I think 40 is guaranteed. That center is going to be there. But you're right. Hold on. We're thinking about the edge. Hold on. Yeah, he's an edge. We shall see. I forgot. Yeah, Crosby is an edge. We should see. But as of now, we don't have the money. We don't have the money. It's not like that. Yes, it is. If you talking about your name, yes, it is. I don't know what y'all laughing at, but yes, it is in my book. Yeah, I want to win 9 games. Ooh, I want them to win 10, but I take 9, but I want them to win 10. Because we still in that rough division. And listen, we already know that the Bengals, who do they talk to at the combine? They talk to a young man coming out of college that's like a younger version of Myles Garrett. Coming off that edge, quick, fast, in a hurry, faster than Myles Garrett, and his name is David Bailey. They talked to him after the day 1 of the combine, and the Cincinnati Bengals, they're trying to find their own Myles Garrett to put pressure on Shedeur Sanders, and we played them twice this year. So we got the Steelers, they need an edge. We got the Bills, so we got Cleveland, Baltimore Ravens, and remember, Baltimore Ravens just also signed Hendrickson when they reneged on the contract with Max Crosby. So everybody in the division, Shedeur Sanders is lining up. They owe that only 2. They come to the edge on Slander. That's why we got Titus Howard. He's gonna be that right hand side, and we just need to find out who gonna be our left hand side. And then that's why I said a lot of teams are going to be surprised about Shedeur Sanders this year, because last year they just had to focus on defense, but they still had to focus on Shedeur Sanders because they didn't have no tape on him. A lot of them was believing the narratives, but a lot of them didn't. Even the 49ers coach, remember what the 49ers coach said about Sanders? They was prepared for him too. The Baltimore Ravens, they was prepared for him too. Even with a bad O-line, they had to prepare for Shedeur Sanders. So if they had to prepare for Shedeur Sanders with a bad O-line, this year here, any team that comes up against the Cleveland Browns this year, they got to prepare for Myles Garrett, because Myles Garrett is still there. And they got to prepare for this new offense, this weapon they have put together. I'm trying to tell you. Now, I think out of the minimum wins that we get, I think we go do this year. And Mike Tomlin there now is not at the Steelers. What? We got a new head coach at the Steelers? That's a vulnerability to me. What? And he hasn't made a decision yet, so we don't have that veteran quarterback. Even last year, Aaron Rodgers was getting beat up like there's quarterback. And let's just say, remember I said, Vestas, what the rumor on the street is that Ty Simpson could be going to the Steelers. What? We're going to dominate. We're going to dominate. Now, we do have to consider that Joe Barrows is still at the Bengals, right? And if they pick up that David Bailey, oh, my God. Oh, my. Oh, that young man is coming quick off that edge. And then we got the Baltimore Ravens. We got to worry about Trey Hendrickson, right? Lamar Jackson. So it's still going to be a battle. But the Steelers, yeah, I think everybody's going to whoop them this year. Come on with it. Yes, on a level, it's going to be crazy. Come with it. Exactly. Let's see here. We have, oh man, me too. That's right, God's plan. 144. And listen, I had put a clip out here for this year a couple hours ago, just putting a list out there of the Cleveland Browns. Let me go ahead and put that up. The Cleveland Browns picks for this year. They don't have 144. They got 146. They got 146. If the Cleveland Browns would have wind up with 144 this year, I would have failed out. Let me see if I can put that back up here. Let's see here. Where them picks? Here we go, Vestas. Let me put this up here for reference. Give you a reference point. See, we got that 140, we got that 146, but if we would have got that 144 this year, man, I was like, what's going on? I actually need to look up to see who has 144. The new guys ready and willing to protect. Yes. Yeah, you're right. And Jenkins. Woo! They gonna open up them pockets. Man, did you listen? If Jenkins did not get hurt last year, they had already predicted or projected Jenkins to be over 1,000 yards rookie season. If Jenkins didn't get hurt, I'm pretty sure he would have been in the running for the rookie offensive player of the year. Easy. Jenkins? Easy. Jenkins didn't need to stay healthy. Now with this line, I think it's definitely going to increase his protection this year. Yeah. That O-line. We love Tony. Thank you, Miss Donna. Y'all put me on 10. That's right, Salmore. I gave you so much credit. If you wasn't in this room, I brought that up so much. I brought you up, Salmore. I brought you up with that 12-5. Come on with it. Pick a boot. Like Sanders' dad said, the false narratives about the Shedeur haters and the meanest cause. Yes. Saying he can't replay. Listen. You wasn't here, Pickaboo, you 22. I said in my last live. Hold on. Let me see. Can I do it? But I'm going to talk you through it while I'm looking for this image. Now, Ty Simpson, of course, has been in discussions about coming to Cleveland. And I kind of put that young man on the right track in that last live. So I hope he take my advice. But what had came out a couple days ago that I put out on the screen, that Todd Simpson, out of all the teams that needed a quarterback, he wanted to flirt with the Cleveland Browns. And I basically told him he was going to hurt his own draft stock. Now, with that being said, Ty, okay, that ain't it. Ty Simpson had said some things that I deemed arrogant, especially coming out of college, right? Because now I see what their baseline is. So my thing was, after he made those statements that Cleveland should pick him and Cornell Tate up together and basically add him to the quarterback room, why nobody is deeming him as cocky and arrogant like they did Sanders, like they did Shedeur Sanders. Of course, we already know that's not going to happen. But I'm going to put that blame on Kevin Clark. I already did a video on him. Because even DeShaun Sanders at the Super Bowl had said, were you the one that put that narrative out there about my son? So y'all know I did. His name is Clark. Because DeShaun Sanders went head to head to him Super Bowl weekend. Now this right here, I just had it. This right here. Don't y'all see that's being arrogant and cocky? Who is Ty Simpson? Ty Simpson only started 15 games last year, and he's saying, take us both. What, Ty, you better sit down. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. Yep, all fake. Let me get Ty Simpson off my screen. Shedeur is going to be the standard. Shedeur Sanders is already the standard. For any rookie coming out of college, he's already. What's up, Evelyn? These sectors are tripping without luggage and fishing on dry land. I'm not starting with you, Evelyn. Hey, stay vested up. That's right. I'm not starting with you, Evelyn. They need to pay Shedeur back pay. He's going to get his money. Remember? You remember that about the back pay? God damn, I still got that clip. Hold on. Where D-Boy and Joe broke down that back pay. Oh, I wish I had an assistant right now to pull up that clip about that back pay. Oh my gosh, I need an assistant. Video. When Debo and Joe broke down that clip regarding back pay. Oh, I'm gonna find it before this live. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay. Hell yeah. I don't know what you say hell yeah for too, but I concur. The media folks don't have access to the locker room. Oh yeah. Cleveland is quiet, and Evelyn, you're in Cleveland along with 420. Do y'all hear anything in Cleveland talking in the last 48 hours? Yes, the owners have to pay for that stadium. They better do. You're right. Illuminati. About Illuminati. Oh yeah, I can't use the Illuminati or the bunches of God. Oh yeah. Oh, that would be scary. Miles and Max Crosby. They wouldn't want to see that. They would not want to see that. They wouldn't want to see that. And guess what, y'all? We still haven't heard about anybody offering Max Crosby a contract. That's why I think him and Tom Brady has made up behind the scenes. Because remember, the Tennessee Titans had about $90 to $100 million on available salary this year. I'm surprised none of them offered Max Crosby a contract this year. Oh yeah. Yes, they're going to win the playoffs. Yes. Peekaboo. Yep. They try to say Shedeur be traded. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. What? There must be some old talks. Yeah. QB Sanders, trade Dillon Gabriel. We've been talking about that, but we've been talking about that for a while. Last 2 weeks, anyway. Cleveland block Sanders fans. They can do whatever they want to do. They can't block us. They can block us. They can block us. What Justine said? Let's let it Shedeur stay in pocket a lineup. Ooh. Well off media posts. Media posted Gucci Buck and these other section. Yeah. So if they're taking their own little vacation, we can figure out that Shedeur is probably already in Berea. At least just meeting with Monken maybe twice a week. Shallow, I don't know is. Oh, yeah, they don't even talk about Dillon Gabriel. We've been saying that for weeks. Where's Dillon Gabriel? I know Dillon Gabriel traded. If he gets traded, Kevin Stefanski needs to go ahead and request a trade for him just to protect him. Because if not, he's floating out there in the wolves. Cleveland is so hot right now. We had the media hit. Oh yeah, we already talked about that media hit, Sell More. Woo! We already talked about that. They said that Meteorite is can be associated with the ancestors coming down, trying to get wherever region they hit, trying to get the balance right. 2026 is going to be Cleveland. There, I didn't know this. It's so many spiritual connotations with a meteorite, and it actually hit Cleveland. I'm definitely need to look that up. Peekaboo, the Cleveland Browns media shit never show. No, after that Baltimore Ravens game, you didn't see Dillon Gabriel anymore. Get him up, yeah. Thank you for that, Illuminati. Thank you. Hey, the Illuminati better not call me or contact me behind the scenes because I'm putting that name in the algorithm. I'm gonna get you. I'd rather call you bunches of bushes than Illuminati. They better not contact me. You hear what I'm saying? They better not contact me. Matter of fact, I just need to just call you Illa. I'm calling you Illa. They better not contact me behind the scenes. Simpson said he was interested with working with Monken. Monken tried to draft him and Shedeur. Listen. Ty Simpson can say anything he want to say. He can say anything what he. In summary of my last live, why would Ty Simpson want to come to Cleveland to be in a very competitive quarterback room that he's not going to win, QB1 or QBT, versus going to teams that will automatically draft him and make him a franchise QB? That's why I said that young man is not focused. He's not thinking properly. He's just trying to get in the algorithm. He's just trying to make headlines. But tied with my college team, Bama. Okay. Hey, but he's not coming to the new Brown. No, he can let him. No, I don't trust Shedeur Brady. I don't trust him either. I'm new here. Oh, I know you new here, Pickaboo. Welcome to the family. Make sure you come over here next time with your no-show drink and your vest, because we stay vested up over here. We'll subscribe. Thank you, Pickaboo. Shalom, Mr. Flight. So that was recent. Because they said, did he leave his passport? Did he miss the flight? Did he wake up late? Or did he not want to come or wasn't invited? So that was new. Because if that's the case, I did see Shedeur Sanders on that same plane with Bucky and DeShaun. If I'm thinking of the right clip. They know me. And listen, I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. Hey, he's trying to get drafted. Hold on. He was trying to get drafted. I think he was just saying, listen, so, and I agree, but try to flirt with the other teams that has a higher probability of picking you up, making you QB1. We already know you're not going to be QB1 and QB2. I know I'd go over here. Hold on, Vestas. Let me go ahead, Vestas, and pull this up. Because Pickaboo don't know how we get down over here. Hold on, Pickaboo. Let me show you how we get down over here, Pickaboo. Pickaboo YouTube 22. Look at this. This is what I showed to the Vestas about 2 or 3 lives ago. This is how we get down over here, Pickaboo. And for anybody new, do y'all see this right here? I brought this slide up exactly when I was talking about what's the young man, Ty Simpson, versus focusing on the Cleveland Browns. Why not still flirt with the Raiders? Mendoza hasn't been drafted yet. Focus on the Raiders. Focus on the Jets. They just got Geno, but I'm pretty sure they still want some fresh legs and a fresh quarterback. Flirt with them, right? Go ahead and flirt with the Cardinals. Flirt with the Cardinals. Can't flirt with Tennessee Titans because they got Cam Ward over there. The Giants already got Jackson Dart. The Cleveland Browns, okay, you're not going to get there. Go ahead and flirt with it. Can't flirt with the Dolphins because they just picked up Willis. But see, you see my point? You still got like 3 or 4 of the teams that has a higher pick than Cleveland. Focus on what you need to do, young man, in order to solidify your own QB spot in the NFL. I don't care if your father knows Todd Monken. DeShaun Sanders knows Todd Monken also. Todd Monken has been trying to draft Shedeur Sanders since he was in high school. Who's going to be intimidated by Ty Simpson? Shedeur Sanders still has more. I'm beating a horse dead. Ty Simpson, we better focus on his career with these other teams. Cleveland's not home for Ty Simpson. Unless he just want to get beat up, mangled up, and be in the corner like Dillon Gabriel. And people forgot that Ty Simpson even exists because he's in the corner and got a development across his chest. Development quarterback. Ty Simpson better go somewhere and go play with somebody else, Vestals. That's all I'm saying. And then guess what? If he comes to Cleveland, he's definitely only going to be a backup quarterback. But I also said if he wants to come to Cleveland, Dillon Gabriel, as long as he's still on that roster, Dillon Gabriel is going to challenge anybody that may try to take QB3 from him. Dillon Gabriel is going to be coming out of that corner swinging. And who knows, Dillon Gabriel probably been in that gym. He probably been doing push-ups, lifting weights to get that arm stronger. And let Ty Simpson or any other rookie come to Cleveland and try to take that QB3. Dillon Gabriel is going to come out of that corner. Go eat him alive. Whoever is trying to take QB3, he's going to eat him alive. That's all I'm saying. Hey, go Donna. Hey, yeah, Dillon Gabriel is going to fight. He's going to fight for that QB3 because QB4, practice squad, and Dillon Gabriel will not be an emergency backup quarterback. Whatever label Kevin Stefanski put out there for Shedeur Sanders, Dillon Gabriel would not be an emergency quarterback. So it is what it is, Vestals. Okay, I'm through. Yeah. And listen, if Ty want to play those games with his career versus focusing on who's going to take him in the first round ahead of Cleveland and give him that money. Yeah. Well, Vestas. Y'all, hey, thank you for the new energy that came in here. Thank you for the new subscribers. Hey, I can't believe I'm actually still sitting here 90 minutes later when I thought it was only going to be a 20-minute chat. I'm trying to tell you. Woo, when I open up that floor's gates, y'all always come through. But Ty Simpson need to go some way. And guess what, Vestas? This right here, Vestas. What you said, Donna? His little feeling's gonna be hurt. Who? Not Dylan Gabriel. It'll be Ty Simpson, because Dylan Gabriel is gonna come out swinging this year, especially if he don't get traded to Atlanta Falcons. He know he's over in Cleveland by himself. Dylan Gabriel will have something to prove. What they said, put a chip on the block on the chip, whatever they call it. Dylan Gabriel is going to be, the Cleveland media needs to be watching, because they swear it'll be, and the coach is going to get another QB. Hold on. Let me go ahead and finish this audio that 420 Jenkins put me on the right track with. That's what happened. 420 linked me up with this audio clip, and everything else had been history. Let's see him. Did you do that?
Do you want to know why the Cleveland
Browns have more controversy at QB? You think it's not possible, but it is. So in a newly released hit piece, the Athletics Cleveland Browns columnist Jason Lloyd shared a few days ago, multiple resources inside the organization have raised serious concern about Shedeur Sanders' preparation habits, specifically his ability to process what he sees on tape. The hate for this man just does not stop.
It's unbelievable.
So that promoted Shedeur to tweet this out: learn to value the opinions of those who care about you, not the noise from everyone else. What is happening with the Cleveland Browns organization at QB once again, and who do you think should start for the Cleveland Browns at QB?
I think the Cleveland Browns need to start Shedeur Sanders, bench DeShaun Watson, and trade Dylan Gabriel. And here's why. Right now, the Cleveland Browns are doing what dysfunctional franchises do. When I played for the Baltimore Ravens, the main thing they did so well.
And this is what I was saying, and I'm going to let it play. This is what I was saying. The Cleveland Browns, they have a history of being labeled. Dang, I just missed the word. Oh, gosh. Dysfunctional. That's the word. They have a history of being labeled dysfunctional. That's why if I was Todd Monken coming in here, like I said, I would have said unofficially Shedeur Sanders is going to be QB1. That would take that label, that scarlet letter that's on the back of the Cleveland Browns organization, and say, okay, they're not being dysfunctional no more. They actually having a goal and an intention, and they're going to execute it. That's all I was saying. Let's keep pushing.
The Cleveland
As of now, they still being seen as dysfunctional. That's all my point. That's my point.
Browns are doing what dysfunctional franchises do. When I played for the Baltimore Ravens, the main thing they did so well was they supported their players, and you rarely ever heard a leak come out from the organization.
Very true.
So for the organization to come out and basically repeat the same stereotypes that have been said about black quarterbacks for generations about Shedeur Sanders, it's not just disheartening, they're undercutting themselves. So you look at DeShaun Watson, they paid him 260, 80, whatever millions of dollars to really not play well, and he hasn't played in 2 seasons. I don't think that they should put him at the forefront, because not only do the fans not want him anymore, the locker room isn't really behind him, and Shedeur Sanders has the favor of both. He has the locker room, he has the fans, and he has the bravado and the moxie to lead this organization out of the dysfunction that they currently have. Not only that, Todd Monken is also a really big fan of Shedeur Sanders' game and actually wants him at quarterback. So the easiest way to clean this up is to trade Dylan Gabriel, who I do believe is still a promising young quarterback. Trade him to the Atlanta Falcons with Kevin Stefanski. That's the guy that wanted him, constantly, bang the table for him. Let him go over there and work with Tua and Michael Penix Jr., the other lefties, and allow Shedeur Sanders to go in there and grow and develop. And if he doesn't pull it off this year as your starter, at least hey, he's not the guy. They've rebuilt their offensive line. They brought in free agency, yes, they're kind of, limited, but they brought in Tyler Howard, brought in Tevin Jenkins, Elton Jenkins, and Zion Johnson. They locked them in to really help a young quarterback grow and develop by protecting him. So for me, you look at Shedeur Sanders' salary as a 5th rounder, you look at his ability as a young quarterback to galvanize the locker room in a positive way. Those guys played hard for him down the stretch. Why, as an organization, would you anonymously be cowards and undercut the young man by coming out and saying,
hey, listen, investors, listen, going back to what I said earlier, Todd Monken as a leader should have made that statement before OTAs in any fashion he wanted to. But damn, some people is deeming Todd Monken as a coward because he would just want to go ahead and make out the statement. I didn't say it. But do you see how this looks? If Todd Monken would have just made it clear and say, hey, I may change my mind in the future, but at least we wouldn't be talking about this 60 days later after he was hired as the Brown. Damn, I didn't know people was looking at him as a coward. Let's keep going. Let me see what else.
Things that everyone that's ever been around him as a player knows isn't true. We were there in Colorado. They covet his ability to read defenses. They covet his ability to work hard in his preparation and how much he is dedicated to his craft. This young man last year wasn't getting any reps at quarterback in practice. And he was going off to a local high school, bringing his receivers out there and getting his own practices in because he wanted to make sure he was prepared for his moment. That's why I believe the Cleveland Browns need to full send and commit to Shedeur Sanders being their starting quarterback and stop trying to back him into a corner every single chance you get because there's certain people in the organization that don't want him. What do you think?
It's just so hard for me to believe in the full organization of Cleveland Browns.
Oh no, let me pause right there. So he brings up a question. Who in the organization don't want Shedeur Sanders? It's not Andrew Berry. It's not Jimmy Haslam. It's definitely not Todd Monken. Maybe it is Joe Patino. Maybe there's a player that hates that Kevin Stefanski got fired and that Dylan Gabriel got pushed to the back burner. Because there's no one in leadership. Okay, I saw the clip of Shedeur asking Miles, can he do reps with him? Yeah, Shedeur, man, this is Shedeur Sanders. This is what he does.
Anymore, like from the moment we were there to everything going forward, like I feel like everybody that leaves Cleveland.
Now this is what I am going to say to give to Shedeur Sanders. Now Shedeur Sanders, you watch me. I know you watch me under a fake account. So Shedeur Sanders, this is your auntie talking, okay? This is your auntie talking. Listen, I understand you coming in with 2026. You got goals, you got intentions, you're going to manifest a lot of things. I totally understand that. But please, don't overdo it in the postseason. We're going to need you for OTAs, right? We're going to need you for preseason. We need you to come out here week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. Do not overextend your body. Your body needs rest. Okay, Shedeur? Your body needs rest. Don't overdo it in postseason trying to fool these people that you say that you're not going to give no attention to. Shedeur Sanders, take it mild. Take it easy. Rest your body. Trust me. The day is going to come. We got to get back on that field. As of right now, don't push your body, okay? Thank you for listening, Auntie Tony. Thank you for listening, Shedeur. Because I know you're in Berea.
Flourishes.
Yep.
But when you're in Cleveland, you might be the same player, but there's just something there that doesn't allow you to flourish. And there's been coaching changes. There's been, I don't know if there's been ownership changes, but there's been big changes in the organization that still feel like there's changes. Like take Baker Mayfield for
exactly.
Baker has done nothing but.
Yeah, Vessels, I'm gonna go back and watch this. This is a 46-minute Cleveland fallout. Okay, I think they're almost over. Let's see, they're almost over with the Shedeur Sanders topic.
He left the Cleveland Browns, so like I don't understand what it is with this with the organization, and I do honestly feel like everybody that gets out just is gonna go to a better situation. Like, and I kind of feel like you always feel bad for almost all the guys that get drafted to the Cleveland Browns because there's just something about it. Like when you were there, they played 5 QBs in like 3 games. What did they do last season? They played 5 QBs in like 3 games. Because like I don't know what it is, but like, it's just, they need to figure something out.
Valid points. If this is the new Cleveland Browns era, if this is the new Cleveland Browns, anything associated with the old Cleveland Browns team, get rid of it immediately. And that is some of decision makes, right? And some of that they media just run away with. Andrew Berry already got the line right. They already got the quarterback room lined up. Even we know that. All they need to do is get all the residue off from the old Cleveland by going ahead and saying, making a decision unofficially. Shedeur Sanders is the QB1. That's all they got to do. That's all they got to do. But do you see what not being a leader does when you don't answer questions that everybody's answering you? Even if it was temporary, Todd Monken could have said temporarily Shedeur Sanders is QB1. That's all I'm saying. But do you see what happens when you come to a new organization as the head coach and you don't give them a specific question, knowing what they're asking you? Now it seems like you dysfunction with a new head coach, with a new O-line. Unbeat that horse to death. Vesters. But do you see what it looks like when you're trying to be a lukewarm head coach? Even GM Andrew Berry could have said Shedeur Sanders will be QB1 until Todd Monken makes changes QB1. Who the QB1 is? Let me see here. They stick his head of stats. Man, they crazy. Pickaboo, we've already diagnosed them with mental issues and mental diseases. Okay, so we already did that. Yeah, Cleveland media is crazy. I'm here. What's up, Mita Lee, with my fires? Woo! Thank you, Mita Lee. We almost done, Mita. But we got some. Trust me. Go back and watch the repeat. It could have been more, especially with Jerry Judy. Man, ooh, gosh. Oh, Shedeur Sanders. He already had left 2025 with 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. Man, if Jerry Judy it's 2 to 3 plays in my mind automatically that comes to my mind every time I think about Jerry Judy. Shedeur Sanders could have easily been over 1,500, 9 touchdowns. Those interceptions that went against Shedeur Sanders, they was not truly interceptions. 3 or 4 came off of Jerry Judy's hands. Oh my gosh, what we talking about? Oh my gosh. Woo. Hey, we got some new vessels in the house too. Let me see him. Yep, some more game help, man. Yes. Woo, vessels. Man, if Jerry Judy just did right and just his own stats, Shedeur Sanders easy could have been 1,500 to 1,600. Touchdowns could have been 8 to 11. Oh my God. Woo. Okay, this year here, 2026 is gonna be a whole nother year. And there it is, Vestas. So I will be back on Thursday. Yeah. Thursday about 7:45. We're going to go back to that same time slot, 7:45. And I need to go ahead and look up some more of these spiritual connotations with this media hitting Cleveland. Because Cleveland has messed up the atmosphere. On what? Is this St. Patrick's Day? Is that why I'm seeing all this stuff? Well, anyway, that meteor hit Cleveland on the 17th of March, 2026, and the atmosphere and the frequency has been today. So let's go ahead and talk about. Oh gosh, here we go. That's right. Welcome, new investors. I don't trust Judy. We don't trust Judy either. But it seems like he's trying to turn him a new leaf. He's been in pictures with Shedeur Sanders, already working out in the gym. All we're gonna say is Todd Monken has already put a warning out there. What's his name? Jerry Judy already know that they got some wide receivers coming out of college already trying to get their wide receiver 1 position. And Jerry Judy, just like Dylan Gabriel, he does not want to be showed up and lose his job to rookies coming out of college. So Jerry Judy, if he didn't know that, he's on the clock, and we shall see exactly what Jerry Judy is made of this year, because them boys coming out of college, Jordan Tyson, Carnell Tate. I like Zachariah Branch. We talking about Boston. We talking about Amari Cooper. Now they're saying that Amari Cooper could be the first wide receiver that the Browns take off the board, because we already went through that live. Based off this here, and I go through it one more time, we could go ahead and get that left tackle at number 6. If you look at the teams between number 6 and number 24, when the Browns choose again, I'm going to say 90% of those teams need a wide receiver. I think Carnell Tate is not going to be on the board unless they trade up. And if they trade up, they got to give up. They got to give something. They have to give something this year, next year to get up, trade up this year. Carnell Tate is probably not going to be on the board. Jordan Tyson may not be on the board. He's also being considered for a first round draft. We're talking about Zachariah Branch, first round, Boston, first round. So now this name did come up in Cleveland. Amari Cooper may be the first wide receiver off the board, because all the ones that they're looking at considered probably will be gone. So I even told Andrew Berry 2 or 3 lives ago, hey, just in case those wide receivers are gone, you need to start looking at alternates. Who would you want to pick if the top 5 or top 6 wide receivers off the board? You gotta find somebody. K Concepcion. Let me tell you about this young man. I forgot to Vestas. Hold on. Another 10 minutes. K Concepcion. I want to talk about that young man. Give me 1 second. You welcome, Miss Donna, and thank you too, Vesta. Gotta say great. Hey, Illa. This how we do it over here. This is actually a slow night. But thank you so much for being a new Vesta and putting that out there. I take that as a compliment. Thank you so much. Pickaboo, let's go. Todd Monken not playing. Todd Monken just need to go ahead and make a declaration. Exactly, these rookies are hungry. What, Jerry Jeudy? Ooh. Listen, I think Jerry Jeudy. I ain't gonna put that out there. I need to see it first. So let's go ahead and talk about K Concepcion. I want to talk about him, but give me 1 second. I want to put this young man on the board. So give me 1 second. Let me pull up an image of him and then I'm gonna let you go. K Concepcion. I know I'm spelling his name wrong. Hold on, Vestas. I want to give this young man some honor. Now, K Concepcion, I do remember him from the combine. He did not he did not run as a wide receiver, but he did do the field drills. And I did watch him. Now, in terms of the gauntlet, K Concepcion, he ran an awesome gauntlet. I saw him. Now, in terms of his running abilities doing these field drills, he didn't run the 40. So he was still kind of a little stiff. He couldn't start. His starts was not fast. But what I saw, I did like what I saw. But this is why I want to bring this young man up, because I didn't know this about K Concepcion. Let me grab a picture real quick, and then we'll move forward. I like this picture of him, and then I want to talk about this young man. I really do like K Concepcion. I would take KC Concepcion. All right, let me go ahead and pull him down, because it's something I want to talk about this young man. And I didn't know this, but I can relate. Vestas, I don't know how you're going to take this here by what I'm about to say, but you're not going to believe it. So K Concepcion. This young man resonates with me. Now that I know more about his story. If you didn't watch the combine, like I said, he didn't run the 40, but he did participate in the field drills. And when it came to the interview process and speaking out in public, like going to the podium, like a lot of young men did, he had an issue with speaking in public. And I didn't know that he had a speech impediment. And K Concepcion, much love to this young man. What he said in the media, all I'm gonna say is, when I was growing up, I was K Concepcion. I could not form sentences. I couldn't talk. I had a very bad speech impediment. Going through school, my grades suffers. Even though I did my work, The teachers at that time, back in those days, they wanted kids to participate in class. We even talk about my first year of college. My grades suffered because I couldn't participate in class because I could not get out my talking points. But all I'm going to say is, but God. But God. I couldn't even form a sentence without stuttering so bad. But I'm going to say, but God and prayer. So K Concepcion, you may never see this video, but young man, keep pushing. Keep pushing. What Concepcion got out in those media conferences and those media outlets, what he was doing better than me when I was that age. So KC Concepcion, and I'm gonna get emotional. Keep pushing, young man. Keep praying. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Whoo! Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. Just keep pushing, and guess what? I got too personal. Vestals. See what y'all done made me did? Pickaboo on KC Concepcion out there. See, you got out my zone. I got vulnerable now. Pickaboo. You know what? You blocked. You on time out, Pickaboo. And scratch everything I just said. Just scratch everything I just said. Scratch everything I said. Yes, Pickaboo. Yes, he got a place in my heart. So he did speak about how hard it is to talk in large groups and stuff. But I wish him the best. Also, I wish him the best. KC Concepcion. All right, Vestals. Now, Pickaboo, you 22 ran me off the platform. I'm about to let you go, Vestals. So Vestals, hold on, I got some more comments coming in. That's right. Oh yeah, he's still a dog now. Oh yeah, because KC Concepcion is still a dog. He's suffering. Oh really, Pickaboo? Okay, so we like this, Pickaboo. We like this. He suffers from something I once did also. So we like this, Pickaboo. Thank you, Pickaboo. A great person and mentor helped me. Guess what? Back then, I ain't gonna tell my age, but back then I didn't have no mentor. All I had was talking to God and just saying, God, help me talk. And look at me now. Look at me now. Oh, he needed a speech therapist. I had him and I still couldn't get past it. But I'm pretty sure KC Concepcion, like I said, he's doing better than I was at that age. So he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. I would be forever grateful for that mentor. Yeah. Okay, Pickaboo. Yeah, I did too. Oh Lord. I used to get teased. Oh my gosh. Oh, people would just tell me, just be quiet. Just come back, just come back when you can say what you need to say. That used to hurt my feelings so bad. I'm just a little girl just trying to get out my words. We had to do oral book reports. I know, and baby, I ain't do mine. I would turn them in. I get threatened by the teacher. Okay. I started bad, but look at God. Yes. And God's with him. Yes. He's going to, yes. Yeah, Pickaboo. Yeah. You on timeout. You got me vulnerable. Yeah. So nobody helped him. And great. I'm pretty sure they did. It's just something that maybe he's just going to, I don't know. I put it like this. What helped me stop stuttering? Right, and I'm being honest with you. I'm being vulnerable today. The same day that the meteorite came down in Cleveland, I left college. I did talk to the teacher. I can get out what I got, and she understood exactly where I was coming from. So she gave me a B for that class because I could write my tail off. So she understood where I was coming from. She said just to try to participate. So I would say little sentences here and there. And she would give it a nod. So I'm like, okay, cool, I got it. But this is what helped me stop stuttering. After this day, I never stuttered again. And now I'm getting vulnerable, Pickaboo. And I'm going to let y'all go. I joined the military in 2000, right? I don't told my age. If you do the math, I don't told my age. And I was wondering, well, what's going to happen when I can't say what these drill sergeants going to need me to say? And so that whole week I'm sweating, I'm praying, and I'm sweating. I'm like, Father, please help me, Lord. I'm in basic training. I need to say some of these things. But when them round Browns got off that if y'all don't know what it is, when I saw them drill sergeants get off that bus and I saw everybody, all 200, 300 soldiers line up and they back standing straight, I said, oh my God, that was the last time that I stuttered when I saw them drill sergeants coming my way. It's like the whole, talk about atmospheres changing. Everybody tense up. You can hear a mouse outside. That's how quiet it got. And right then and there, God made that change in my life. And thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. I ain't gonna talk no more now, Pickaboo. Come on now with it. Thank you, God. I ain't gonna talk no more now. I don't know who behind these scenes. And y'all done made me vulnerable. I'm Tony Talks Vested Up. I'm supposed to get vulnerable. I'm a tiger. Come on with it. We'll be girl. We'll be back. And by mental, I mean my great. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Doesn't hurt his play. Oh yeah. Casey Concepcion is a dog. Matter of fact, Pickaboo U22. As you can see, I kind of have a photographic memory. The first vessel that brought him up was Grim Creeper before the combine and say, hey, Tony Talks, you need to look up K Concepcion. So that's why during the combine, I also was tracking him, but since he didn't run, I didn't have his time to compare it to anybody else in the group. And trust me, we broke down that combine. We broke down every day of the combine live. But yes, Casey Concepcion has been on my radar before the combine because of another Vesta. So thank you, Grim Creeper, wherever you are in this world. I had to slow down and think about it. That is true. Now I'm a public speaker. Come on with it. Come on with it, Pickaboo. Come on with it. Yes, a public speaker and caregiver and mentor myself. Come on, Pickaboo. Thank you so much. Immediately don't start. Immediately don't you start. Come on, Pickaboo. Ain't God good? What? I'm through though. Yeah, Pickaboo, you in trouble too. Look at God. Now, Vestas, I'm done. Pickaboo brought me to that vulnerable place 2 or 3 times, and I see y'all back here on Thursday. Cause thank y'all, Pickaboo did it. Pickaboo undid it. But thank you, Pickaboo, for your public service, your public speaking, your mentorship, and your caregiver. Thank you so much, Pickaboo. Pickaboo showed out. Oh, golly, the meteorite hit today. I got vulnerable and everything, and now the Vestas just gonna see the other side of me. All right, Vestas, until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we'll be back here Thursday, okay? I messed that up. Until next time, make sure you get your notes, your drink, and your vest, because we stay vested up 365 degrees, and I'll see y'all Thursday. All right, Vestas, look at that. Thank y'all, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie. That's right. All right, Vestas. Woo! Get off of here because of Pickaboo. Pickaboo.